Hello, welcome to my channel. Happy Easter. I wanted to go ahead and get our weekly readings out of the way for the week of April 13th through the 19th. And this is going to be a general reading for collective energies, so all zodiacs. And first I'm going to pull an oracle card for us. What message do we need to know for the week of April 13th through the 19th? No matter what problems we face, the mountains will stay standing, the waterfalls will keep flowing, and the flowers will keep blooming. The trees will keep growing. Life will go on no matter what problems we face. Take solace, you know? Okay, now we're going to move on to the Osho deck. I like to pick 3 cards from the Osho deck. What we need to know, what we need to grow, and what we need to let go. What we need to know, what we need to grow, and what we need to let go for the week of April 13th through the 19th. All zodiacs, please. What we need to know, what we need to grow, what we need to let go. Thank you. What we need to know, change. Change is inevitable for everything, all species, humans, animals, plant life. Change is always going to be there. That's a constant truth. And it has the zodiac wheel around it too, so no matter what, we are always in that cycle of change. We can't really escape that, so, accept that. What we need to grow, suppression. So, whatever we're suppressing is keeping us away from, if when you suppress emotions, it gives you blocks and pains and all kinds of stuff. Whenever I suppress anger, my back starts hurting right away. So what we need to grow is probably working past suppression and getting more into our self-expression or channeling energy in a healthy manner. But suppressing any kind of energy is never, or emotions, ultimately will break our backs. So, and what we need to let go, creativity. And these always show up in a weird way like that, so it'll all make sense at the end. So, okay, so what we need to know, what we need to grow, what we need to let go. Creativity. Do we have creative blocks because we've been suppressing things? If you're suppressing emotions, usually it blocks up your creativity and you're no longer able to express yourself. Your throat chakra is all blocked, your solar plexus and all of that. So, okay. And then also, if we're suppressing, this ties into here, if we're suppressing change, then we're no longer co-creating with the universe. So let me go ahead and go through the book to make sure we're getting all the messages we need to hear right now. So what we need to know is the major arcana change. 22. What we need to know. It has often been said that the only unchanging thing in this world is change itself. Life is continuously changing, evolving, dying, and being reborn. All opposites play a part in the vast circular pattern. If you cling to the edge of the wheel, you can get dizzy, moving towards the center of the cyclone and relax, knowing that this too shall pass. See the yin and yang in the center? Integrate your lighten your dark sides and just find inner peace. Life repeats itself mindlessly unless you become mindful. It will go on repeating like a wheel. That's why Buddhists call it the wheel of life and death, the wheel of time. Okay. And then what we need to grow, suppression, one of the fire, mastery of action, let's see. Number 10. Suppression. Sorry. The real message of the card is to find healing outlet for the potential explosion. So what we need to grow is finding our healing outlets so that our suppression, we're not suppressing anything. Because Osho cards don't have reverse meanings, so I don't do the reversals. So this is why it comes out so strange sometimes, but it always makes sense in the end. So what we need to grow is our healthy healing outlets for our repression. Because when we repress and suppress things, it, like a volcano, will erupt. It is essential to find ways to release whatever tensions and stresses might be building up inside you right now. Beat a pillow up, jump up and down, go outside in the wilderness and scream at the empty sky. Anything to shake up your energy and allow it to circulate freely. Don't wait for a catastrophe to happen. Another thing that helps for me is belly breathing. I don't know why I didn't know this, but apparently that's a really healthy way to breathe, because when you're breathing with your chest, it sets you up for hyperventilation. So if that helps, I don't know. Breathing techniques really have helped me a lot with pretty much all of my emotions. So for what we need to let go, creativity, page 8. It makes no difference what particular form your creativity takes. It can be a painting, singing, planting a garden, or making a meal. The important thing is to be open to what wants to be expressed through you. Remember that we don't possess our creations. They do not belong to us. True creativity arises from the union with the divine, with the mystical and the unknowable. Then it is both a joy for the creator and a blessing to others. Creativity is the quality that you bring to the activity that you are doing. It is an attitude, an inner approach, how you look at things. Not everybody can be a painter, and there is also no need. If everybody is a painter in the world, then the world would be very ugly, and it would be difficult to live in. Not everybody can be a dancer, and there's no need, but everybody can be creative. So perhaps what we need to let go is limiting ourselves and suppressing our inner voice, and pretty much out of fear. Because no matter what problems we face, change is inevitable, but life will go on. And we're ultimately taken care of and protected. Okay? And I'm just going to do a quick 4-card spread with the Rider-Waite deck, the Shadowscapes. So we're going to go, and I do these in reverses too. So we got the Justice, reverse 10 of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. An ending or a decision coming up this week. So what do we need to know for this week of April 13th through the 19th? What situation, what obstacles lie ahead? What options do you recommend? And what is a possible outcome for this week? April 19th, 13th through the 19th for all zodiacs, please. What is our situation for this week? Obstacle, action recommended, and outcome. Okay. Our situation this week, 9 of Cups in reverse. So, 9 of Cups right side up is usually, emotional harmony, self-mastery. But let me take a peek at what the reversed meaning is, because I'm not sure as of yet. I'm still pretty new. 9 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, we might be maybe believing that we're undeserving of enjoyment or overindulgent, maybe. Let's go ahead and see what the rest of the cards say. See if we can get that clarified. So situation, 9 of Cups in reverse. Obstacle, strength in reverse. Perhaps we're losing momentum or feeling a little bit weak this week. Okay, and then also for our action recommended, we got the High Priestess. Tapping into our intuition, trusting our inner voice to get to a decision that will benefit us and our purpose. And then the possible outcome, King of Cups. Emotional mastery, nurturing, loving. Let's see. Okay, sorry. My table's too short for my long legs. So, let me see here. For strength reversed, we've got forceful or passive. So we might be a little bit passive because we're feeling a little bit undeserving. So we might let a few things pass, might let ourselves get away with a few things and maybe overindulge because we might think it's time to rest or, whatever. It's okay to rest, but it's try to make sure you use your intuition, use your higher self, your inner voice to guide you through whether or not you're overindulging, and keep in mind that moderation is good for everything, all things, even water. So there's that. And then King of Cups. Yeah. Stable, supportive, calm, shoulder to cry on. So it sounds like, okay. So with all the cards on the table, what I'm seeing is maybe we're all suppressing a little bit of emotions and not being willing to reach out for help because we don't think that we're worth it, maybe. We're undeserving of enjoyment, or feeling a little bit weak and lack of determination, and and then so what we need to do is to tap into our inner voice, and express ourselves through creativity, and listen to our intuition and to see what venue that creativity needs to go. And ultimately, by the end of the week, if we play our cards right, we can end up with, a lot of comfort, a lot of calm, stable, supportive energy. So try to think about that. And be considering, try to serve your future self. When you're making a decision, does this serve my current self or does this serve my future self? And that's where maybe your intuition might get a little bit louder for you, so you can end up with that comforting ending results and that creative outlet, so you can stop suppressing all of your emotions and your inner voice. There's a lot of blue here, so maybe someone's throat chakra needs to have some work, or solar plexus, because there's a lot of yellow as well. Maybe both of those need work. We need to tap into our inner strength and realize that we are deserving. We are absolutely deserving. So I'm gonna go ahead and get with our get personalized guidance out there. So go ahead and think of a number 1, 2, or 3, and whatever card I pull for that number will be your personalized guidance for the week. But just try to listen to all 3 of them because they all tie into the weekly reading. This is a general reading for all zodiacs. So they should all apply to everybody, but the number that you choose is definitely the one you want to focus on. So think of a number 1, 2, or 3. One, 2, 3. If you picked card number 1, we have past lives. So pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your visions, your past selves, your ancestors, everyone. They're all plugged into you every day, every moment. It's always with you, no matter what. And let me go ahead and get the book message out to you because I want to make sure you get everything you need. 38. Okay, past lives. The 2 rainbow lizards on either side represent knowing and not knowing. They are the guardians of the unconscious, making sure that we are prepared for a vision that might otherwise be shattering. And a glimpse into the eternity of our existence is a gift, and understanding the function of karma in our lives is not something that can be grasped at will. This is a wake-up call. The events in your life are trying to show you a pattern that is ancient in the journey of your own soul. Try to soak that in and register the message as much as possible. Okay. This is deeper than meditation. This is messages, deep messages, and repeated patterns over many, many lifetimes. So try to pay attention to your dreams and your visions and everything like that. And then if you picked card number 2, we got Playfulness. This is one of my favorite cards. It's time to play. Don't take life so seriously. Okay, let's go ahead and get the message out there for you. Playfulness, playfulness, playfulness. I think this is the Queen. No, Page of Fire, 54. Playfulness. When the Page of Fire enters your life, it is a sign that you are ready for fresh and new. Something wonderful is just on the horizon, and you have the right quality of playfulness, innocence, and clarity to welcome it with open arms. The moment you start seeing life as non-seriousness and a playfulness, all the burden of your heart disappears. All the fear of death and life and love, everything disappears. One starts living with a very light weight or almost no weight. So a weightless one becomes one who can fly in the open sky. Zen's greatest contribution is to give you an alternative to the serious man. Very good card, number 2. Playfulness. You are ready. Okay, if you picked card number 3, Control. very rigid, very opposite of playfulness. I've never pulled this card, so let me go ahead. From my intuition, it just tells me very rigid, very controlled. Obviously, it's a controlled card, but stuck in the illusion that perfection is the only way to go, or else it's failure. So let's see. No room for creativity, which is a big theme. We need to self-express this week, and not suppress anything, and try to stay active as much as possible. I know we're starting to lose momentum, and that's okay. That's okay. It's natural. But use your intuition to make sure that you know when you're hitting that, overindulgence. So anyways, I'll be quiet. Look for control. King of Clouds. 64 for card number 3. Personalized guidance. Control. The image of the King of Clouds reminds us to take a deep breath. Loosen our neckties and take it easy. If mistakes happen, it's okay. If things get a little out of hand, it's probably just what the doctor ordered. This is much, much more to life than being on top of things. Controlled persons are always nervous because deep down turmoil is still hidden. If you are uncontrolled, flowing, alive, and you are not then you are not nervous. There is no question of being nervous. Whatsoever happens. You have no expectation for the future, so you are not performing for a grade, whatever. So just try to take on the Fool card. Return to innocence and sell your all-knowing and perfection for bewilderment and joy, and enjoy what mistakes you stumble upon because they happened for a reason. And if it's some kind of creative mistake like a painting, try to fly with it and see where it takes you. It might take you to a curious place, so try not to take on so much control of life, because it becomes a little less fun. And I forget who said this, but if life isn't funny, then it just ain't fun no more. So I hope you guys have a good week, and I'll talk to you again soon. Thank you.